NFTs nothing but overhyped Ponzi schemes? I be a startup founder running a 5,000 crore loss making company and still end up creating a wealth of 100 crores for myself? Watch this video till the very end. For those who don't know, NFT stands for non fungible token. It is basically a digital asset, which could be maybe a smiley that you use on WhatsApp. It can be an ebook or any picture that you have created. And there's the set identification code for that particular digital asset. So every time somebody in this digital world, in this internet, uses a digital token created by you, you will get some money. In case you want the money right now, you can sell the right and get money in lump sum. What is Ponzi scheme? Let me explain the concept of a Ponzi scheme with an example. Let us say I'm an entrepreneur who has cracked the code to train monkeys to become great domestic help. I hire Atul as my manager, and Atul's job is to find three investors who would be willing to invest 10,000 rupees each, and I will pay them 25% as interest for the next 10 years, return their principal back in the third year. Looking at this awesome business opportunity, they quickly come on board. Not only that, these three investors bring three more investors each. They bring 10,000 rupees of their own investments. Early investors get 2,500 rupees as dividend. The second level brought in 10,000 and got 2,500 as dividend. Nine new people brought another set of three people each. Bring in 10,000 rupees. Early adapters or early investors, 2,500 rupees as bonus. So on. Sounds a perfect business plan. Now let us look at the background, what is happening here. Let me start with an Excel sheet. So here we had three new members. Cash in, money in for the entrepreneur in the first year was 30,000. Money out, that is dividends that he had to pay because he had promised that he'll be paying dividends from the very first year itself, was 95% of the invested amount. So the cash flow that the businessman generated in the first year was 30,000 minus 7,500. Remember, in this balance that I've shown you of 22,500, not even a single paisa is there as profits from business. Next year, the number of people who joined the scheme was 9. 3 people brought in another set of 3 people each. So the total participants were 3 people of last year plus 9 new members, that was 12. The money in was brought in only by the new members. So we had 10,000 rupees each from the new members. That meant that 90,000 rupees was brought in. There was dividend to be paid. All of them got 25% on their investments to be given for the principal part. The balance that the businessman was left at the end of the year was last year's cash balance, the plus this year's inflow minus dividend. So the cash flow for the next year was 82,500 rupees. Similarly, next year, these 9 people brought in a set of another 3 people each. Total participants became 39 in this scheme. The total money brought in by these 27 new members was 2,70,000. That 27,000. The balance that the businessman was left at the end of third year was 2,55,000 rupees. Fourth year, 3 members each. Total participants grew to 120. Money in brought in by new investors was 8,10,000 rupees. Money which was given in the form of dividend was 3 lakh rupees. The early adapters returned their money back. Let's simply drag this number 30 levels, that if it continues for 30 years, we will have, okay, I can't even calculate this. So it works out to be 3 crore. So that is more than the world population. Somewhere in this year, our entrepreneur brother decided that he better get some money out of the scheme. So let's say he was patient enough, he waited till the 12th year, and he finally got his money out in the 12th year. So what he got out was, let's say, 100 crores. So this amount got subtracted somewhere from the balance sheet quietly, hardly made a difference in the cash flows. Happens. Finally, you reach a stage where no more new investors are there. That's where the Ponzi schemes fail. 16th year onwards, some regulation comes in. The businessman has already taken out his money about 3 years back. The new people stop joining in. The moment new people stop joining in, the balances goes in negative. So the final loss in this scheme, which we have created, is 5,279 crores. Many times when I look at many investment options, NFT being one of them, I have this idea of a Ponzi scheme. Am I correct? I don't know. But the fact is, NFT is based on the concept that if somebody uses an asset, that is a digital asset, which is created by me, I get paid. What if I'm not paid? Can I take that contract and go to courts in India and ask for the money back? Will I get it? How many years will it take for the court settlement to happen? Remember, enforceability of contract was one of the major factors why India has ranked low in ease of business rankings over the years. Similarly, the many businesses that you see which have very high valuations, the very concept of those businesses may be flawed. You cannot generate cash flow by bringing in new investors continuously. At some stage and as soon as possible, a business has to start generating profits. If a business is not doing the fundamental job creating profits, will I ever invest in that business? No. Blockchain is an excellent technology. It is the technology of future. But right now, we don't really have a very strong regulator. There are people who love the fact there's no government involved. That always worries me. We need a regulator in a marketplace where information is really not that clear. I very firmly believe it's very difficult for a retail investor to make money in something which is away from the eyes of the regulators. And that is a very important part in personal finance. Just to quote Mr. Warren Buffett, the first rule of investing personal finance is do not lose money. Second rule, never forget rule number one. Don't lose your money. Traditional instruments may be better investment choices for many of us. And subscribe to my channel. Thank you.